2004 World Juggling Federation Championships from Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we're going to be showing you the very best from the Advanced Club Competition Finals. Here's some of the basic terminology that's used. Back crosses are, of course, throws that go behind the back. They actually cross the back. Flats are throws that do not spin. A 180 is a half turn underneath objects that are thrown over the juggler's head. A 360 is a complete body turn underneath the objects thrown in the air. Body throws are throws that move through the legs of the juggler in either direction. It's a euphemism. And the shower pattern is where one hand is all the catching and one hand is all the throwing. Okay, we're back and continuing with the World Juggling Federation Advanced Club Competition Finals. I'm Penn Jillette, and joining me is one of the world's smartest men when it comes to juggling, Ben Jennings.
Thanks, Penn. Let's get started.
We're starting with Jason Garfield from Los Angeles, California.
I get a little upset when my juggling doesn't go exactly the way I plan on it going. The problem with juggling is that there are so many elements that have to be in place for the juggling to be perfect that it pretty much never goes the way you want it to go. It comes close, and you learn to accept that as your most successful attempts at it, and you get somewhat a sense of accomplishment from doing that, but you know that you didn't do it as perfectly as, in theory, it could be done.
Okay, there's... Oops. That was trying to be a single three.
Oh, man.
Still trying to be singles with a 360. And I don't think he should have done that the third time. It got him no points. It just hurt him.
Well, he's just doing it to make sure he maximizes his connection bonuses.
Whoa. Okay, well, that was an incredible save.
Yeah.
He did not drop. It did not hit the floor, but he moved so much that the foot movement deductions probably added up to more than if he had just let the club hit the floor. But jugglers hate drops. They're just fighting against dropping. That's their life. You put a juggler on the edge of a cliff, he'd dive off the cliff if the club went over. They do not like to drop.
Absolutely not. Dropping is like death to jugglers. But now he's just done a nice sequence of 360s and 180s. He seems to be doing much better now. Now that's cool.
Yeah, beautiful body throws. And this is one of the hardest three-club moves in existence right here. That was good.
Very nice. And then a nice transition right into overhead throws, and then a 3-up. Oops. Well, that was going to be a 3-up 360.
Oh, nice little kick up there, Jason. Now, Jason, who comes out with a certain kind of good-natured anger, is actually really fuming here. And that's not helping him. Some of these mistakes are just tricks he can do, but he's just flipping out.
Absolutely, and just so unlike him to fumble on it.
Those head rolls are a lot easier when you're bald. There is a double 360, 720. Okay, so he's got through the three-club routine alive, or at least he's still standing. He hasn't fallen down yet, and that's a plus.
Well, we generally don't like to fall over in juggling routines.
He's wonderful with back crosses.
He practices back crosses quite a bit, but he just seems to be struggling through this routine.
Okay, look at this. This move is called 4-club scissors. Synchronous 4-club back crosses. I don't know how he keeps them from hitting each other or his bald head. Yeah, you can see, even though he does this really well, there's still a little lack of control. He's going to be hurt for all that reaching he's doing.
Yeah, the reaching, the moving of the feet, and the club's caught on the wrong end. That's going to hurt him.
Yep, that's going to hurt him.
And then right into this balance sequence. Very nice.
Beautiful.
And he's the only one doing these head flips with a bounce. Very hard to maintain that balancing whilst flipping those clubs over the top.
Yeah, this is hard stuff. I should have been making fun of him. And that was a drop-free 4-club routine, and he's obviously happy about that.
Of course. He seems to be doing much better now. He practices 4 and 5 more than his 3, so that may be the problem.
Yeah, that's no good. Back crosses. See, no matter how much you practice these, the control never looks perfect there. And when he's done, he's done. So here's the 50-yard dash save here. He almost had to turn into Plastic Man to catch that club. He gets it on the wrong end, but look how fast he corrects it. Almost instinctive. And those head flips with the balance, very hard combination. And, yeah, stings on the head.
I'm very happy with how that went.
The score for Jason Garfield, 7.86.
7.86.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's about right. Peter Gerber is from Germany. He's a friend of Thomas Dietz. He's also translated for Thomas Dietz. This is the only advanced category he's competing in.
Now, Peter does a lot of flat throws. He turns almost every move into a version with flats.
They're very hard because without the spins, it's much harder to control them. They're not gyroscopically sound is the problem.
Right.
It's a lot more difficult.
Absolutely. And look at these different combinations. All flats and a great deal of control.
Oh, man, these flats are really hard to do. I like his style a lot. I don't know as he's the best, well, that wasn't good. I don't know as he's the best juggler here, but his style is very different from the others. You'll notice that all the other competitors have done a lot of the exact same tricks.
Yes, quite an original style, and right there, back crosses with flats. Nobody else is doing that. They're very rare. Whoops, I just dropped a club. That's a .03 deduction.
Yeah, that's no good. Now watch this if he does it again. Let's see if he tries it again. See, he's catching totally blind there. The throws have to be perfect for the catches. Beautiful.
And a 3-up 360 in singles. A little too much setup at the beginning for my taste.
Now watch this. Here's his kick-up routine. He's the only competitor in this division doing a kick-up routine.
Yeah, and those kick-ups are extremely hard to get down solid. Each club has to land on the foot just perfectly, and then you have to kick it right back up. And then he did that there with all three off one foot. You won't see anybody else doing that here.
Very rare. Oh yeah, he does that German patented catch between the two that I don't like at all.
Well, yeah, but it's still a risky ending. Now, here's a very difficult balancing move. Juggling whilst balancing and then going into back crosses was the 3. Oh, and then he tried to connect right into flat throws, but didn't quite make it.
Well, what can you do?
Oh, nice. It worked much better for him that time.
That's a great move. And then he tries to go back on the back crosses, and obviously that choice was a mistake. But I like seeing it.
Well, he's very clean. He has good form, good posture, and good technique, especially with his back crosses.
Now he's going to 5 clubs, and this guy is really big on the 5-club back crosses. So is Thomas Dietz. I think they have endurance competitions with each other back home in Germany. They both start the same. But again, there's the curse of the 5-club back crosses. Almost nobody does them well in the first try. But they're hopeful. I mean, they know they can do it. These guys have done this in practice a zillion times. But, you know, there's the nerves and pressure they put on themselves, causes inaccurate throws, and very accurate drops.
Well, true, but right there he pulled off a very impressive run and ended clean. And now he's trying flats with 5.
Didn't quite qualify it, but it looks really pretty. Very nice. Very nice, Peter. He likes his clubs, not like Jason. So here's that really nice transition from back crosses into flat throws. Look how still those clubs are. Just flat, dead clubs. Perfect.
Score for Peter Gerber, 7.08.
Thank you.
7.08 for Peter Gerber, which places Peter now in 2nd place, and Garfield still in the lead. There are only 2 competitors. Garfield would have won. When we come back, Wales and Russia are represented by the 2 top-ranked club jugglers in the world, Toby Walker and Vova Golchenko. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we're back and continuing with the World Juggling Federation Dance Club Competition Finals. This is Toby Walker from Wales. Toby also does a lot of flat throws, like Peter. Now, his 360s are a little stiff, which is consistent with his form. His whole form is a little bit stiff, but his 360s, it really shows up there.
Yeah, it's very odd. It's just like he's holding his chest too tight.
And right into, that's a nice combination. Directly in from the flats to the body throws.
Yeah, that's an AC combination.
As you can tell by Ben's voice, he's rather pasty-faced. Oh, look at that. His hand just locked up there and wouldn't let go in time, and he ended up throwing it over his head way behind him.
Yeah, and that's the pressure of competition. You start to think too much and you forget when to let go.
Oh, look at that. He starts juggling before he gets back into position, and there are deductions for moving your feet. So that's very bad competition. It may be fine juggling, but it's bad competition thinking.
Yeah, they just start to rush and they forget all about the rules.
Yeah, I noticed that. I've always liked this trick, 4 club splits, and he's doing 1 flat and 1 spun, which is really difficult and looks to me really stupid. But notice that 1 is flat over there and 1 is turning. It kind of blows the whole symmetry thing, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's hard, but not very pretty.
Now, look at this. He doesn't really complete his 180s. They're more like, 165s or something. He goes most of the way around.
Right. He doesn't complete the turn before he starts juggling again. That would be one of the larger deductions for improper turning.
Now, there's a 4 club shower, but not enough throws to qualify, so he just wasted everyone's time with that one, but I like seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't keep going. It looks solid.
Now he's hitting watch this one, I love this one. He's actually hitting everyone at one end and flipping it around.
Oh, look at that. There's his 4 club flat. Very difficult move here, qualifying with 12 throws. Almost perfect.
Now, Toby is amazing at 5 clubs. He and Volvogochenko are the top 2 5-club jugglers in the world. So we're going to see more moves with 5 clubs than we really should. They've pretty much spoiled us for any hack we're going to see on the street who tries to do it.
There's a 3-up 180.
Well, look at his feet, more of a 165, but he goes right into 5 club back crosses for way too long. Like, what's that? 22 catches. That's the most we'll probably see here tonight, and then a 3-up into a 360 or 345, but who's counting?
Very nice 5-club routine so far, and he's not done. Oh, now he's going to a balance start. Juggling 4 with a balance, then dropping into 5. And then dropping into singles. That's 1 rotation of each club. Very hard to control. Oh,
wow,
man.
Right into flat throws for 11 catches. That is an E-level move. And he's going to do, 6 clubs? Yeah, that's 6, isn't it?
Yeah, he's using a triple-double pattern there.
Yeah, no other competitor has done 6 clubs. That's really nice, and he qualifies it.
Very nice.
He had a 7th club right there, but I'm sure it's just that he ran out of time. Otherwise, we would have seen him do 7.
And here's his 5-club back crosses. Very rare for a competitor to get this on the first try, and for so long. Very nice.
The score for Toby Walker, 8.74.
So Toby Walker gets an 8.74, putting him in first place. Jason Garfield second, Peter Gerber third. Up next is probably the world's best club juggler. No surprise, he's from Russia with clubs, Volvogochenko.
My name is Vladimir Galchenko. I'm going to win every division I'm in. There's no competition for me. Jason Garfield has taught me everything he knows, and now I know more.
Well, he didn't have much to say, but he certainly thinks highly of himself. Let's see how he does. Vova doesn't compete in the balls, does not compete in the rings. You see Jason and Tom showing up in everything, but you only see Vova showing up where he can win. Just beautiful and clean. Look at that. Can you see the difference? Well, the one difference is he's not dropping.
Yeah.
But that combination move and then straight from the 360s right into body throws. Now, this routine he has is like worth 50 points. Now, he knows he can't do more than 10, but he's doing it all anyway. To quote him, just to be cool.
Well, yes, that can only hurt him with deductions, but we'll see how it goes.
Sure. Look at that. The back crosses.
Oops, little mistake. One of the clubs hit his shoulder, but he recovered. And then a whirlwind, all 3 clubs up, then a 360 under each club, and just a minor correction on that last catch.
Yeah, I saw that. A 3 up 180, then a 3 up 720. Not very clean. This is a new move for him. And up until this point, Jason Garfield was the only one who'd been doing this move in competition. Now, Jason trained Vova. Vova learned most of Garfield's moves, and now he's using them against him.
And he's doing them better because he's had the benefit of proper training at such an early age.
Right. Look at that. Right. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man. It looked like he was going to pull it off. It was sloppy, and he had a lot of deductions, but, oh, good. He's going to try it again.
Now, if he gets this is a combination I've not seen before.
Beautiful.
Oh, amazing.
That's a new combination. He's great at coming up with new ways, getting from one move to another.
That's one of his specialties. He combines moves that most jugglers are just happy to get individually. And there's the 4-club triple single, doing them much better than Jason did them, but that's the result of proper training.
Of course. And a very casual catch behind the back, trying to act like this stuff is easy for him, and it looks like it is.
Well, yes, his body is very calm, but if you can see, when he does the harder moves, he does bite his lip a bit, but I don't think there's deductions for that just yet. And there's a 5 up 180. He's the first one in history to be doing that move in competition.
Well, that was great. Okay, look at this. So now there's a 5 up 360 right into single spins. Most jugglers are happy enough to do just singles and call it a day, but he transitions into it after a 5 up 360, and then he does a 3 up 360 from singles, in singles, and back into singles. Through that whole mess, the club never spun more than 1 time each. Nobody has ever done that, even in practice. And he's competing with it. And he had 1 drop while I was talking, but who cares?
Right, that drop won't affect him much, but now he definitely won't get a perfect 10. Wow.
Oh, man. He is just unbelievable. He's biting his lip. You'd be eating your whole head if you were trying this. Now, see, the 5 back crosses, even Vova gets a little sloppy there.
And that should give you an idea of just how hard that move is. If Vova has problems with it, you know it's hard.
He's going to do some 6 clubs.
And so far, Toby is the only other competitor to attempt 6.
Perfect.
And he gets 14 catches, 2 more than he needed to qualify, but nicely done. Now look at this transition. All 4 clubs go up. He does a 360, 1 setup throw, and then splits 2 throws up at once to change the timing, and then right into this beautiful 4-club shower pattern.
And look at this again, a 5-club 3 up 360, all in singles from start to finish.
The score for Vova Galchenko, 9.41.
.41, the highest score we've ever seen in this competition. That puts Vova in first place, Toby in second, and Garfield in third. When we come back, our final competitor, the German Thomas Dietz. Thomas Dietz from Germany is our final competitor, and he's just about to get started. With Jason and with Thomas, they're the most versatile jugglers we have here, and very different styles. Jason is full of hate, and Thomas is full of love.
Well, that's a very good point. I think that they're the only ones who are competing in everything. Thomas started juggling by watching all of Jason's videos and learning all his moves. So it's not really surprising that Thomas does everything, because so does Jason.
Yeah, okay, fine, Ben. Thomas is starting with 5-club back crosses. I guess he likes to get that out of the way right in the beginning.
Oh, oops.
If you want to contrast that with Vova, we do the single rotations. Look at that. See, they're going around 3 times, which gives him a stability in the air. There's his back crosses, which are pretty clean, not bad at all. There's still a lot of wiggling around from everybody on these.
He does wiggle quite a lot with his hips, though, which I find slightly disturbing.
Yeah, that's no good. Well, not really.
And now he's shifted into his 3-club routine with a 3-up 360 and then into back crosses.
Ben, this is sports. A little excitement. I like this when you just hit the fat end and make it spin into your hand. And they're the flats again, which we saw Peter do a lot of. Thomas is a pretty versatile juggler.
Yes, versatile and maybe a bit too happy for a competitive juggler.
Ben, you've lost your mind. Be quiet. Here's some head flips. We'll do the club over the head. We can do without this move, to be honest, and the pose with the leg out is not necessary, and I would hope we'll get him a deduction or 2.
Well, yes, that's the point of this competition, is that this is not a performance. There's no prancing around, no posing, no mandatory smiling. Just do your moves and do them well, and then be judged.
Ben, they're not juggling, they're watching TV. Shut up.
So all these leg movements may not get a deduction, but the judges are well within their rights to deduct points for that if it bothers them enough.
Well, what's that? He's doing singles out of one hand and triples out of the other, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's a European thing. Just like the 4-club splits with one side spinning and the other side flat. Just ugly hard moves.
There's a nice synchronized every other back cross throw. Jason Garfield did the same move, only with every throw behind the back. And also Jason stands up straight. And Thomas has that weird little, but hey, Thomas is having more fun.
But it's not about fun, it's about winning.
Ben, you sound like Dick Van Dyke. Shut up.
just the hip wiggle thing again.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him. Now there's a great transition. Not original, still great. 4-club back crosses into outside throws facing flat. Very nicely. And then right into a shower pattern in triples, and he's very happy about the clean end.
Yeah, and if you notice with that shower, all of the clubs were again flat front, so a much more difficult move.
Right. You saw Volvo do this as well. Now you see with the that crooked shoulder, nuts, 3 up, and he does a 360, and then a 3 up with a stupid little club flip in each hand.
Yeah, that's kind of a wimpy little move.
Yeah, head rolls with 5. Okay, that's when I started liking the head rolls, when it's with 5. Now see, here are the 5-club singles, and Thomas is happy to just do this as his own trick. And he finishes and does a Jason Garfield. He's now under the impression that all Americans in every situation throw down everything in their hands and they're done. What do you think? You're going to be able to beat Vova's score?
No. Vova is a machine.
The score for Thomas Dietz, 8.14.
So Thomas Dietz from Germany gets an 8.14, putting him in 3rd place and knocking Garfield into 4th. So we have Thomas Dietz from Germany in 3rd, Toby Walker from Wales in 2nd, and in 1st place is Volva Gilchenko. So for the overall advanced club competition, Volva Gilchenko is the 2004 WJF champion in this event. From the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Penn Gillette saying, learn how